should you buy a Moto, a cforce four-wheeler? And the short answer I'm gonna say is yes. And it really comes down to preference if you want to buy a Chinese brand four-wheeler. And I decided I was going to buy it, and so far I've been very happy with it. It hasn't really, I had problems at first, but it was all linked down to the battery. It was not linked properly, and now I don't have any problems with it. I have 400 miles on it, and I don't have any problems. It does great on the road. It does great off-road. It's the cheapest four-wheel drive four-wheeler to have diff lock. It has diff lock, four-wheel drive, so all wheels will spin at all times, no matter what. It's got a really good sized gas tank, and I find that very useful, that I'm not always filling it up with gas, and I find that very awesome. You can lock it in park with the key if you don't want it to be stolen, which I've never used. It's got a place for a winch, which I haven't installed yet, but if you want a winch, it has a place for it, and I find that very useful. The front of it it reminds me of a Yamaha Grizzly, and I like the design that they did with it. And I've drove into many trees on accident, and these bars are very sturdy, and it protected the headlights from cracking, and I found that to be really good. The only problem is storage. This four-wheeler has a lack of storage, so I added this pouch right here. The only storage it has is this back compartment, and it has a lot of room. I got a bunch of stuff in there, and the problem with this is it's not waterproof. So don't put stuff in there that you don't want to get wet if you're going through creeks. What's awesome about this four-wheeler is it has individual front and rear suspension. And when I'm going on the trails, I don't feel any bumps, and it's a smooth ride at all times. You notice from different four-wheelers, there's no back brake on the handle. The brake is pedal, just like a dirt bike. I kind of find myself having to stomp on it. It's not sensitive. You have to really push down on it, but it's a very good brake. That's not only your back brake. When you brake, it puts your back and front brakes on. And you realize there's no disc brakes on the rear tires. The brake is in here. It's electronic. So your back brake is never going to have to be replaced. The seat. Pop the seat off. You push down, pull this lever. It comes right off. The seat I found a problem with. It does not want to slide into these grooves so easily. It's a bad design. I'm going to be honest with that. It don't want to go on too easy, so we're not going to mess with it. Riding on it, it's not built for 2 passengers, but you can have to. I've had a passenger on it and it works fine, but the seat is not that big. So if you want a passenger, most of the time I would get the 500, 600, or maybe even the 800. This is just the 400. This thing it's pretty fast, and I haven't jetted it. I haven't done anything. Of course, it's fuel injected, but it goes pretty fast. I'll have another video for the top speed. What I like is the engine covers. I'm never burning my foot because these covers, and they protect it from mud and rocks and all that. So I do like that. The tires are pretty beefy. I like the tires. The tread could be a lot better. It's not that good. It's decent tread. I would definitely get better tires if you were going to go mudding, because I would not recommend these tires. I haven't got stuck with them, but they haven't been the best. There is a spot for a license plate if you want to put one on there for any reason, and a spot for a ball hitch. So this is a good four-wheeler, and if you want a cheap four-wheeler and something that you can trust, I would get this because I haven't had any problems with it, and I have 420 miles. I go on the road, I go off-road. It goes pretty much anywhere. It's a smooth ride, good suspension, and I haven't had any problems except for the beginning, but that was all linked down to the battery. It just wasn't connected properly, and now I don't have problems with it. If you're good at night, if you want to go for night rides, the lights are very bright, and it's got high beam and low beam, and it's very good for night riding, very fun. It's even got a horn. If you ever want to use a horn, I don't know why you would, but I guess it's fun to have. The only problem is storage on this four-wheeler, so if you're gonna buy it, I would find a storage compartment to put on it. But for the price, this was $5,000. I got mine for $4,500 at the dealer. You can probably find one for the similar price. Cheaper than a Kawasaki, Suzuki, or Yamaha. And I would say it's about the same quality. I didn't like it at first. I didn't think it would be good. But it's a good four-wheeler, and I see this brand has a lot of potential. So yeah, there's the honest review, and I would think about buying one.